Imagine the night sky lighting up with fire. It is not a meteor shower or a natural cosmic event. It is an organized alien armada entering our solar system. Humanity is about to face its ultimate test. For decades, we watched movies about alien invasions. We thought we knew exactly how it would happen. We were completely wrong about their tactics. This is a real war of the worlds, and it demands absolute perfection to survive. The initial detection happens deep in space. Satellites near Mars pick up massive energy spikes. Scientists verify the data, and panic sets in immediately. The threat is real, and it is heading straight for Earth. World leaders receive the terrifying news within minutes. Old rivalries vanish overnight as survival becomes the only goal. Every single nation agrees to form an Earth Defense Council. We have exactly 3 months before the Armada arrives. Military generals from all continents gather in secret underground bunkers. They realize standard weapons will not be enough. They must use extreme logical reasoning and brilliant strategy. They divide the battle plan into 5 distinct theaters of war. These theaters are space and air and ground and water and underground. The first line of defense is obviously space. We repurpose thousands of commercial satellites into kinetic projectiles. We plan to smash them into the alien ships at high speeds. This is a desperately brilliant move to thin their numbers. Even a highly advanced alien vessel obeys the laws of physics. Mass multiplied by acceleration equals devastating force. We turn our orbital trash into a deadly shotgun blast. But the aliens anticipate this desperate maneuver. Their ships deploy magnetic shields that deflect most of our satellite shrapnel. Only a few enemy scout vessels are destroyed in the outer atmosphere. The main invasion force breaches our sky completely unharmed. Now the battle shifts to the air domain. Every fighter jet on Earth scrambles to meet the threat. Pilots from rival nations fly wing to wing in the upper atmosphere. They face machines that defy our understanding of aerodynamics. The alien fighters move with impossible speed and agility. Our air forces take heavy losses within the first hour. Missiles fail to lock onto the cold metallic hulls of the enemy. The skies rain burning metal as human pilots fight a losing battle, yet our commanders plan for this exact brutal scenario. The jet fighters were just a loud and deadly distraction. The real air defense relies on high-altitude weather balloons. These balloons are packed with localized electromagnetic pulse generators. We detonate the pulse generators right in the middle of the alien swarms. The unexpected blasts overload the alien anti-gravity drives. Dozens of enemy ships lose power and plummet toward the surface. Humanity scores its first real tactical victory in the clouds. The falling alien ships crash into the oceans and the land, but the surviving alien dreadnoughts unleash their ground forces. Huge drop pods slam into major cities and rural areas alike. The terrestrial ground war begins with terrifying suddenness. We do not fight them with traditional infantry lines. That would be mass suicide against superior plasma weaponry. Instead, our armies retreat into sprawling urban labyrinths. We force the invaders to fight block by block in familiar territory. Snipers and demolition teams turn every skyscraper into a trap. When the aliens enter a building, we simply bring it down on top of them. We use our own cities as giant concrete weapons. This slows their advance and causes severe frustration among their ranks. The aliens try to adapt to our urban traps. They deploy heavy walkers to crush our buildings from the outside. But human engineers anticipated this brute force approach. We secretly weaken the foundations of massive infrastructure over empty zones. Entire bridges and overpasses collapse exactly when the alien walkers step on them. The enemy realizes they cannot trust the ground they walk on. Their advance grinds to a halt as they recalculate their terrestrial strategy. We buy precious time to shift focus to the oceans. The aliens assume the deep oceans are safe zones to harvest water. Massive extraction ships land in the middle of the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. They drop huge hoses into the water to drain our resources. This is a fatal miscalculation on their part. The United World Navies deliberately scattered their fleets weeks ago. Submarines lurk silently in the freezing depths right beneath the alien harvesters. We do not fire torpedoes directly at their armored hulls. That would be a complete waste of precious underwater munitions. Instead, our submarines target the soft extraction hoses. We launch acoustic torpedoes that shatter the delicate alien pumping mechanisms. The sudden pressure change causes catastrophic implosions inside the alien waterships. Giant vortexes of boiling seawater swallow the enemy vessels whole. The aliens retaliate by sending aquatic assault drones into the depths. These fast machines hunt our silent submarines with terrifying precision. A deadly game of underwater cat and mouse begins in the absolute darkness. Human crews use thermal vents and deep trenches to hide their heat heat signatures, while the oceans boil, the battle moves to the underground theater. We know we cannot win a pure war of attrition on the surface. Humanity moves its critical factories and command centers deep into ancient cave systems. We turn abandoned mines into heavily fortified survival bunkers. The aliens easily detect the thermal output of our underground cities. They deploy specialized drilling machines to bore through the solid bedrock. We hear the terrifying grinding noises echoing through the dark tunnels. The enemy is coming down to finish us off in the dark, but we are not hiding down there out of pure fear. We deliberately lured them into the depths for a very specific reason. The deep crust of the Earth is a highly volatile environment. Human geologists mapped every single fault line and magma chamber near our bunkers. As the alien drills penetrate the cave ceilings, we strike back. We detonate strategic nuclear charges along the active fault lines. The explosions trigger massive artificial earthquakes and directed magma eruptions. Entire alien tunneling fleets are instantly incinerated by boiling liquid rock. The invaders are taking heavy losses in every single theater of war. They severely underestimated our capacity for brutal, self-destructive logic. We are perfectly willing to wreck our own planet to save it, but the alien command structure is about to change the rules of the game. Their central mothership moves into a low orbit directly over the equator. It completely stops firing weapons and begins broadcasting a strange frequency. The alien machines suddenly freeze in place across the entire globe. A chilling new phase of the invasion is just beginning right now. The strange frequency blankets the entire planet in seconds. It is not a weapon of physical destruction like lasers or plasma. It is a massive cybernetic and biological disruption wave. The aliens are trying to hack our remaining digital infrastructure and our minds. People exposed to the signal immediately experience severe headaches and hallucinations. The frequency vibrates at a pitch that disrupts human brain waves. Our military communication networks begin to crash one by one. Chaos threatens to undo all of our hard-won tactical victories. But the Earth Defense Council prepared for extreme electronic warfare. We do not try to fight the signal with advanced firewalls. That would be completely useless against alien supercomputers. Instead, our leaders execute a brutal but brilliant analog protocol. Every digital network on Earth is intentionally destroyed by our own hands. We sever the underwater fiber optic cables and smash the server farms. Humanity plunges itself back into the technological dark ages on purpose. We communicate using old radio sets and physical paper messengers. The alien broadcast suddenly has no modern infrastructure to infect. Their psychological weapon becomes nothing more than annoying static on old radios. The enemy commander realizes that humanity will gladly blind itself to win. They cannot conquer a species that constantly destroys its own toys. This drastic move reveals a massive flaw in the alien invasion plan. The invaders desperately need the Earth ecosystem to remain mostly intact. They stopped firing their big weapons because they want to harvest our resources. This means the giant mothership hovering above us is holding back. Our brightest scientists and tacticians analyze this sudden hesitation. If the aliens wanted total annihilation, they would have simply cracked the planet. They are vulnerable because they are trying to be careful. We decide to exploit this massive weakness with a combined counteroffensive. The human armies reorganize in the shadows of the analog blackout. We secretly load our remaining nuclear arsenals onto old chemical rockets. These relics are entirely immune to the alien digital disruption waves. The final phase of the war moves back to the space theater. We aim hundreds of retrofitted rockets at the low-orbiting mothership, but we know a direct strike will simply hit their magnetic shields. The strategy requires absolute precision and extremely risky timing. We must bait the mothership into lowering its primary defenses first. To do this, we intentionally turn a single digital network back on. We broadcast a massive fake surrender signal from a central ground base. The base is completely empty but packed with hidden sensors. The alien mothership takes the bait and prepares to receive our surrender. The giant vessel slowly descends deeper into the upper atmosphere. It drops its heavy kinetic shields to open a communication channel. This is the exact moment humanity has been waiting for. The trap is set and the final execution is about to begin. The fake surrender signal broadcasts a continuous loop of data. The massive mothership hovers just above the clouds. It fully retracts its magnetic shielding to absorb the transmission. Our analog chemical rockets ignite in hidden silos across the globe. 300 ancient missiles punch through the lower atmosphere simultaneously. The alien sensors are completely blind to this primitive technology. They expect digital signatures and complex laser targeting systems. Instead, they receive a barrage of brute force kinetic and nuclear impacts. The sky turns a blinding white as the warheads detonate. We do not aim for the thickest armor on the mothership. Our scientists calculated the exact location of their anti-gravity engines. The explosions rip the delicate propulsion rings to shreds. The gargantuan vessel loses its grip on Earth gravity. It begins a terrifying descent toward the barren Sahara Desert. The impact sends a shockwave that circles the entire planet. Dust and debris blot out the sun across the northern hemisphere. We expect the remaining alien forces to surrender immediately. This is our greatest logical error of the entire war. The destruction of the mothership severs their central command link, but the alien drones do not shut down or retreat. Instead, they enter a frantic and autonomous survival mode. The coordinated alien military suddenly becomes a chaotic swarm of desperate beasts. They stop trying to conquer our cities and start consuming everything. They unleash biological harvesters to process organic matter at terrifying speeds. Forests and jungles are wiped out in a matter of hours. The alien machines turn trees and animals into raw energy paste. Humanity watches as the very lungs of our planet are destroyed. We realize we must pivot our strategy from defense to absolute eradication. The United World Navies and armies launch a massive combined offensive. Submarines fire their remaining payloads at coastal alien swarms. Jet fighters drop incendiary bombs to burn the infected forests completely. We must starve the machines by destroying our own biosphere first. The logic is brutal but entirely necessary for our survival. If the aliens have nothing to eat, they will simply run out of power. We retreat into our deep underground bunkers once again. We seal the heavy steel doors and prepare to wait them out. On the surface, the world becomes a burning wasteland of fire and ash. The alien harvesters crawl through the desolate ruins searching for fuel. Their energy reserves slowly deplete as the weeks turn into months. The autonomous swarms begin to cannibalize each other to survive. Humanity monitors the surface using simple periscopes and seismic sensors. We track the dying movements of the cannibalistic alien machines. Their numbers dwindle from millions down to a few scattered thousands. The grand invasion force is starving to death in the ashes of our world. Our brilliant plan to starve the enemy is working perfectly, but the leaders of the Earth Defense Council know the danger remains. A cornered and starving animal is always the most dangerous opponent. The remaining aliens gather together to form one final terrifying weapon. They strip the armor from their own bodies to build a massive transmission tower. We watch in horror as they try to phone home. If that signal reaches deep space, a second armada will certainly come. We have exactly 1 hour to stop the broadcast from launching. The alien transmission tower rises high above the ruined wasteland. It is protected by an impenetrable energy dome. Our military commanders know a frontal assault is pure suicide. We must use perfect synchronization across all 5 theaters of war. The plan relies on a brilliant and terrifying logical twist. We do not actually want to destroy the alien tower completely. We want to hijack their deep space communication array instead. We plan to send a deadly data virus back to their home world. To breach the dome, we must overwhelm their power grid. Our remaining orbital satellites begin the final space maneuver. They align perfectly above the tower to form a giant solar reflector. They focus a massive beam of intense sunlight directly onto the shield. The alien shield generators strain to block the concentrated solar heat. This is exactly what the Earth Defense Council predicted. The enemy machines divert power from their ground defenses to the dome. The air and water theaters strike at this exact moment of weakness. Stealth bombers fly extremely low over the boiling oceans. They drop thousands of acoustic mines along the coastal ruins. The deafening explosions create a massive sonic shockwave. The alien sensors are temporarily blinded by the overwhelming noise and vibration. This tiny window of chaos allows the underground forces to move. Heavy drilling machines burst through the surface directly beneath the tower. Elite human soldiers pour out of the massive steel tunnels. They carry captured alien technology heavily modified by our brightest engineers. The ground forces fight their way toward the central control room, but the remaining alien guards are massive and heavily armored. They block the entrance with shields of solid dark matter. Our standard kinetic weapons simply bounce off their impenetrable defenses. The assault team quickly realizes they cannot win a shooting war. The commander of the ground forces makes a completely illogical decision. He orders his troops to drop their heavy weapons entirely. They switch on magnetic grappling hooks attached to their suits. The soldiers launch themselves directly at the towering alien guards. They attach their magnetic hooks to the joints of the enemy armor. The aliens struggle to crush the tiny humans crawling all over them. It is a desperate distraction to buy the hacking team some time. While the soldiers wrestle with giants, the hackers hackers move forward. They slide beneath the chaos and reach the base of the tower. The hackers connect a primitive laptop directly into the alien mainframe. The analog connection bypasses their advanced biological firewalls completely. We begin uploading a highly contagious digital and biological frequency. It is a terrifying weapon designed to destroy their entire fleet, but the upload requires exactly 10 minutes to fully compile. The alien guards suddenly realize what the humans are doing. They ignore the soldiers and turn their massive weapons toward the hackers. The ground forces commander screams for the air support to return. The stealth bombers are empty, but they still have mass. The pilots prepare to make the ultimate sacrifice for Earth. The empty bombers dive toward the towering alien guards. The pilots do not eject from their dying machines. They slam tons of steel directly into the dark matter shields. The massive explosions rattle the alien transmission tower to its core. The hackers type furiously through the smoke and fire. The loading bar hits 100% just as the dome collapses. The virus shoots up the tower and blasts into deep space. A terrifying silence falls over the entire battlefield immediately. The remaining alien drones on Earth freeze completely still. Their glowing red eyes slowly shift to a cool blue color. The virus did not just destroy their homeworld communication array, it completely rewrote their core biological and digital prime directives. The great twist of this war is finally revealed. We did not just want to survive the alien invasion, we wanted to steal their entire technological infrastructure for ourselves. Humanity now controls a massive swarm of alien harvesting drones. We use their own machines to rebuild our ruined planet. The oceans are purified and the forests are regrown in months, but the Earth Defense Council looks up at the stars with new ambition. We possess the exact coordinates of their vulnerable home world. We spend the next 10 years building a massive human armada. We reverse engineer their gravity drives and dark matter shields. Humanity is no longer the prey hiding in deep underground bunkers. We are the apex predators of this entire galactic sector. The sky lights up with fire once again, but this time it is our ships leaving the solar system. We are bringing the war of the worlds directly to them. May the universe help whatever is waiting for us in the dark. We learned the ultimate lesson from their failed invasion. Survival requires absolute brutality and perfect logical reasoning. The stars are a cold and unforgiving place for the weak. Earth will never be a victim of the cosmos ever again.